Yes, good news for Arsenal supporters because they're closing in on signing Martin Zubimendi from Real Sociedad. Now, he won't actually join until the summer, but he is a player who's got a €60 million release clause. That's about £51 million. Lots of other clubs have been interested in signing him. For instance, he was close to joining Liverpool last summer before that deal collapsed at the last minute. But Arsenal have been in talks to sign him. I think Mikel Arteta has played a big part in convincing the player that Arsenal is the right move for him. And I think it makes sense for Arsenal as well because there are question marks over the long-term future of midfielders like Jorginho, Thomas Partey, who are out of contract in the summer. So it looks like Arsenal just doing a little bit of forward planning. I think it would have helped them if he was able to move this month, but it looks like Real Sociedad is saying, no, we want him to stay until the summer. But it looks like in the summer they will be getting Martin Zubimendi. Of course, they've done a lot of business with Real Sociedad in the past as well. Mikel Merino, they signed. They've also had players like Martin Odegaard, who used to play for Real Sociedad as well. So good news for Arsenal fans. Perhaps not the news they wanted because they want a forward, but they will be getting a very, very good midfielder if this deal is completed. And this was a development that was first reported by Sami Mokbel in the Daily Mail earlier today.
Simply, do you have the words right now?
Yeah, look, it's gutting. Such a dominant start. If you score one of them chances probably in the first 15-20 minutes, the game completely changes on his head. And then just the small margins in football, 2 mistakes from us, 2 goals for them, and obviously with the chances we'd missed, it just felt like it wasn't meant to be. We give it absolutely everything. In this competition, you're either in or you're out, and over the 2 legs we could have scored 3 or 4 goals, to be honest with you, but Donnarumma's been unbelievable, and you got to look at the small margins. It just obviously wasn't meant to be.
Quarter-finals last year, semi-finals this year. Next year, what does get this over the line?
Yeah, look, in life in general, I think sometimes you have to lose a few in order to win, and you have to overcome some of these setbacks to mentally grow and grow as a person and as a player and as a group. And I think we're going through that stage at the minute after a few losses in terms of losing out in the league, coming close in the Champions League back-to-back years. So look, we're growing as a team, as people, but we need to keep pushing and keep believing. This is why we play this sport. There's going to be setbacks along the way. PSG have obviously gone through tonight. We're absolutely gutted, but this isn't going to define us for sure. We're going to be back, and when we get our players back, they've been out for a very long time. We're going to be a much stronger outfit, so we've got to keep going.
Do you think ultimately not having the full squad when you get to this point in a competition is actually a bit of a game changer?
Yeah, it's tough. We've done the whole season without 5 or 6 of our best players, and to be where we are and to do what we've done has been unbelievable. Fully stand by that. In the end, the group of players that have gone out there have given it absolutely everything. The whole squad has, even the players that flew over with us tonight that have been injured, every staff member, and everyone fully believed. And I think you could see that from the first whistle, how much we believed we could win and go out there and put on a performance. And like you said, on another night, we maybe scored 2 or 3 tonight. It was just that first 20 minutes where they score. We obviously had them chances where we didn't score. It was a real kick in the teeth. So, yeah, we'll assess it. We'll be back, and 3 games left. It's been a really long season. We've really, really wanted this one, but yeah, we'll keep pushing because this is why we play this sport. We want to win, and we want to do the best we can.
For you and that dressing room, you're in it every day. What's it like coming up so close each season and just not quite nailing that trophy, which is what ultimately everybody wants?
Yeah, we're all desperate for it. That's why we play football. That's why we play this game. We want to win trophies. We want to be at the pinnacle of football, winning stuff.